Hello, everybody. I'm Dale, and I'm so glad that you have joined with us. I'm assuming if you've watched the previous videos. Okay, this is video number 7 of lesson 1, and so I'm jumping right into a story. Make sure that you've looked at the previous things. Okay, and also make sure that you read this passage right here, 2 Kings chapter 3, and see what the Lord speaks to you, and then come back and we'll talk about it in a second. Okay, so what you've seen is that the Moabites run out to what they thought would be spoil, okay, because they'd looked out and they'd seen blood and thought the armies had killed each other. When they got out there, the Israelites arose and smote them, as the King James says, rose and killed them. And not only that, the Israelites continued to pursue those that were running off. The Israelites did exactly what God told them to do. He had told them, I want you to beat down the cities. I want you to fill every good piece of land with stone. I want you to fill the wells, and I want you to fell the trees. In other words, I want you to make the land where they live right here uninhabitable. And the children of Israel were faithful in doing that. So the king of Moab saw what all was going on, and there was no hope. He actually took 700 of his men and tried to break through to the king of Edom, but they couldn't do it. So the king of Moab, it did something which we would say is unthinkable, and particularly from the Hebrew mindset, it was unthinkable. What he did was this. He took his eldest son, the one that would be the heir to his kingdom. He took him up on top of the wall in the city where he was hiding there. The Israelites had just started to attack that city and throw stones against the wall to try to break down the wall. And he offered his son as a burning offering upon the wall. He did it upon the wall to where everybody could see it. And then a really intriguing verse we see in Scripture. There's all sorts of debate as to exactly what this verse means. It says that great indignation, great wrath was against Israel because of this. And then Israel departed and returned to their own land. Here's what I think happened right here. This king of Moab would have been a Baal worshiper. And according to what the Baal worshippers believed, that if they got in a situation like that where it was totally, absolutely desperate and there was no other hope, if they offered their oldest son like this, then Baal would come and rescue him. So this king did that. He offered his oldest son. Israel was so abhorred by what they saw there that they decided not to press on and pursue in what God had told them to do. And they turned around and they left. Whether it's the great wrath of what they saw, that was the indignation that came upon them, or whatever it was, however that phrase means right there, Israel ceased what they were supposed to be doing. They turned around and they went to their homeland. There's a couple of negative things to this. First of all, it made Baal appear to be victorious. That king was going to be able to come back and say, here, Baal was the one who rescued us. And another thing is this. This is another example of the partial obedience of Israel. You see this with Abraham, you see it with Moses, and when the children of Israel entered the promised land, where they would do partially what God told them to do, but they would not do so completely. At this time, the children of Israel did not press in, they did not press on. And I think that's the word of warning for us today, that we should not do such. Do not be distracted by evil. When we encounter things, when we come against things, if we're doing what the Lord tells us to do, if evil rises up, don't be distracted by that, but keep pressing on in the name of the Lord God. Again, I'm Dale, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.